Before you watch this freaking video, like it! Like the button right now! If you like it, more
I
people
know
are
it's a
gonna
little
watch it.
spiritual woo-woo, but this is sage. I'm going to burn it to cleanse the environment, to prepare it for the next level of vibration transcendence. This is the raspberry fizz flavor, this one, the creatine. My favorite flavor, amazing.
See, sage, Tony Huge, is for those outward, external demons and those external factors that are trying to break in. You, sir, and your conglomerate have issues from the inside out. Your demons and thoughts are on the inside. You need your cleanse to start on the inside, and then you work your way out. That's how you transmutate. But it's not going to be with sage, young Tony Huge. I think this is a little bit too little, too late.
Taking this spiritual cleansing very seriously. I'm even cleansing my backyard and the entrances to the house and the windows. This is a serious, serious thing.
Well, you guys know what that means now, right? Yeah, Connor Murphy ain't allowed at the house. Is he, Tony Huge? Because then it would defeat the process, and you'd have to do this whole process all over again once he closes that door. This is disingenuous. This is all for show because your inward spirits, Tony Huge, are evil. You can coexist with Connor Murphy. Therefore, you also, Tony Huge, are evil. This is how I keep you guys hooked, line and sinker. As you can see here, we have the Pioneers of Human Evolution, the page that Tony changed to Tony Huge Muscle Building. And then, conveniently, right before he wants to put up a new video monetizing Leo and Longevity's death, he once again changes his channel name to Tony Huge Fat Loss. The Chameleon strikes again.
Bet you guys never drank cat milk before. Just a little walk in my backyard to get some sunlight, some vitamin D, and because I use melanotan, I want to darken my skin a little bit. The harem goes marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The harem goes marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah.
If Tony didn't pay these girls in the harem, they'd run, they'd run. If they don't increase their bank accounts by one, they're not for you, they don't love you. If money was involved, they wouldn't love you. And the Pattaya sex workers keep marching on. Heck yeah. Looks like Tony Huge found some epic downlighting. Cowabunga, dude. Tubular, bro. Show us that horseshoe. Heck yeah. Fuck yeah.
What are the keys to that upper chest shelf? So guys, the keys to getting that upper chest shelf, as you can see, is drinking that flow and hitting that pink check.
Oh, look who got a haircut.
Craig Golias, dude. For a second there, I thought that was straight Cody. And I said, okay, hold on, pump the brakes. Yeah, the biohack concoction, I guess, works, but this is a totally other guy on a totally different program. So we are going to tiptoe into that melting pot of Swisschems.is. Are you guys ready to see if this company's legit? Raise your hand if you think this company's legit. I'm taking all bets. How many of y'all think this is a legit company and Tony and Ennis are running a legitimate business, or is their operation a scam? Place your bets.
So it's not some secret herb or compound that no one's ever heard of. Joe Rogan himself has heard of this.
Tonga Ali, about 400 milligrams per day, has the effect of raising free testosterone and overall testosterone by about 100 to 200 points.
So imagine only having 200 nanograms per deciliter and suddenly having 400. That would make a huge difference. And if you had 700, now you're at 900. That is a big and substantial difference. We're not talking about minuscule differences here, 10 or 20 points. If you have testosterone levels of 700, it goes to 710, who cares? It could literally be fluctuating that much every single hour. But if you can take a natural supplement and raise your testosterone levels by 1 or 200 points, why wouldn't you do it? Assuming it has no negative side effects.
And so we're not talking about full TRT or blasting, or now that I'm always amused on YouTube, they now call it sports TRT. That's when you get above 200 milligrams per week.
And they're talking about HRT. This is not injecting testosterone. This is not HRT. This is natural. If you have crushed testosterone levels from abusing PDs, you got to go see your doctor. That's how I got my prescription. And my prescription, it once was at 100, moved to 120 and 140. And trust me, that makes a significant difference. And they're talking about sports HRT, 200 milligrams or more. I don't care what people say. If you're on 200 milligrams of test a week, you are not natural. You are far above what the human body needs and makes. The human body, even the outliers, don't produce 200 milligrams of test a week. Most people won't even make 100 milligrams a week. And in fact, if most people took 100 milligrams of test a week, they would in fact have higher test levels and build more muscle. Not telling people to go out and get HRT, not telling you you should take HRT, but I am saying that even 100 milligrams a week is more than most people need. People are going to write in, oh, we don't like you, Coach Greg, because you're saying you only need 100 milligrams. Yeah, I get it. Some people need more. But most people on 100 milligrams will in fact build more muscle than if they were natural. Debate me all you like.
Abagnale. That's Abagnale, not Abagnale, not Abagnale, but Abagnale. Now somebody please tell me where you left off in your textbooks. Excuse me, people, if I need to ask again, I'm going to write up the entire class. Take your seats.
Half-breed 4711. Hi! Half-breed, are you there? Are you there? Half-breed 4711, I'm knocking. Are you there? Just checking. Are you at this point in the video? Hi! Take a seat. Now, Half-breed 4711, that's not nice. Coming into my comment section and saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. Did you just watch that video there by Greg Doucette? Yeah. He co-signs my statements that I've been saying that at over 125, that synthetic form of testosterone is just a little bit more efficient than what our bodies actually produce. Are you stressed out right now? Did you get enough meals in? If you did or didn't, that's going to fluctuate how much that gets ingested into your bloodstream, into the tissues. When we inject a synthetic form, we already know it doesn't matter. Rain, sleet, hail, or shine, stressed, no food, no carbs, nothing. I'm getting that blast of whatever we want to blast into our systems. So it is a synthetic jump. It is a boost over natural. So I think we're splitting hairs when we talk about like TRT being natural, I guess on paper. But what I was actually willing to argue was the fact that being on 125 of synthetic test is going to make you feel like you're roiding versus just from a natty playing field. So I think that's where we kind of got a little misconstrued there. And I want to show you that my max and Larry Wheels' max is pretty much the same. When I talk and I critique Larry Wheels, it's because me and Larry Wheels are one and the same. Have a look.
There's 2, 3.
So my bench max, estimated bench max just off 17 reps is 370. My bench max is 380. 380 divided by 160 is 2.37. We times that by Larry Wheels' weight, 280. 665. $675.
Let's go, Larry. Come on. Easy way. Come on. Come on. Yes! Come on!
Now we are reaching the limits of the human body. What you just saw with what I put up and what you just saw with what Larry Wheels put up. Me and Larry Wheels are one and the same. Pound for pound strength of what our bodies can maximize with that amount of weight on our frames. And just to throw a little itty bitty wrench into the whole equation, I could be Parent Fitness. I really could be Parent Fitness. So if you're looking for me, I could be Parent Fitness. Who knows? I put that video up because you'll never be able to guess what I look like now. Of a few transformations, a few subtle changes. I'll reveal a little bit, but I'm not going to reveal everything, especially if we're going down rabbit holes. I got BJ Hughes on my side. I got players on my side. I got Rusty on my side. Dominicus on my side. You know what I'm saying? I got rocks behind me. You feel me? I got Rusty Shackleford 1 on my side. We got the return of X 420 Chiba Hut on my side. Salute, fam. Thank you for your comment. I got Iron Will on my side. Bedfoot, I think you back on my side. This is not my side. This is Leo's side. You feel what I'm saying? This is Leo's side. I got Chris on my side. Obviously, we got BJ Hughes. My boy Zidney, 6600. Rusty. You know what I'm saying? These are all gentlemen that are in for the long haul. Openly British. You're famous again. You're a pussy for being scared of a Neil, buddy. Let me tell you. The information that I'm giving you doesn't mean that I'm a lifetime natural. That doesn't mean I've never taken roids. I will admit this right now that I wasn't aware of how much steroid usage goes on in a D1 program. And so I wasn't going to be the one that throws everything down the drain because I was right there. So I said, if I take this to get a little bit better and then I throw it all away, okay, I'm not going to do it. But the guys that were already like a first round draft pick, guess who they were coming to for their weekly injections? Me! I was injecting about half the team. If you're going to do it, then you at least better do it the right way and get it in the right spots. I want to reiterate, I am not an advocate for cheating in sports, okay? I want to make that very, very clear. So what happened was a couple linemen, I guess, tried to do it on their own because we had a transfer that came in from Texas. He came in from JUCO out of Texas, and he, I guess, was some sort of plug, he went down to Waters, would come back and bring things across. So, team members are, starting to experiment, and then they're getting, air bubbles under the skin, or they're getting missed shots. They're not getting the intermuscular shots. They're getting like right under the skin. And so the main, I can't reveal no names, but all I can tell you is that he was a highlighted player on NCAA. I'll just give you that much info. He was a highlighted player on NCAA. Once everyone knew that person was on the protocol, they were like, well, who's plugging you? No Diddy. And then they were like, yeah, he in there. So then I basically it wasn't something that I even had an option. It's, football's a fraternity. So it became like, yo, you gonna help me out with this, right? You gonna help me out with this, right, fam? And then it was just like, yeah, okay, because like I said, when you're new to a program, you're a runt. There's things you have to do until you gain those stripes. But just want to let everybody know I do not advocate for any kind of cheating in sports. And so, period. Dominicus, another rider for the squad, the Leo and Longevity, the Long Live Leo Rex team. But I will give you one hidden gem, like it's the Mafia. A Division I program is like the Mafia, so they're protected players. There's like 5 protected players, usually the running back, one of your safeties, a linebacker, and one of your wide receivers, right? If those guys are your protected guys, then in the steroid protocol within the NCAA, they make sure what happens is they make sure that they knock their tests out at the beginning of spring. They make sure that when their random, quote unquote, random name gets called, the best players usually get picked first in spring. And so I'm giving you guys like hidden gems. So usually once the big players get tested already, they have the whole summer and the whole roid, and then they got the whole season to roid. But for the guys that were intermediates that gained a scholarship, and it wasn't like a 4-year scholarship, it was like, you know, it was something where it was crumbs, and then you're on board, and then you have to work your way up. Okay, the guys like in my realm, we were the ones that were randomly tested at any time. So I got tested right before our strength and conditioning night, they called it the Iron Man night, where we do our big three, you know, the deadlift, power cleans, squat, and bench. You add all those up, and then you divide it by your weight, and then that's your pound for pound winner. So that's what gave me that 2.38. I think it was around the board. It was across the board. I had everything was double and a half my body weight, except for my power clean. I got 300. I was able to double my body weight. I have a 300-pound power clean. That's one of the highlights of my career is 2 blues, a yellow, and a 2.5. Sorry to be long-winded, but I'm showing you like the mafia tactics, half-breed. I'm a half-breed too, brother. Iron sharpens iron. Iron does sharpen iron. So thank you for your criticisms and critiques. Now let's dig in to Tony Huge. No Diddy. Hop on board, you know, because that's what we're doing here. I'm getting feedback that are saying like, yo, I followed your videos, but now these are kind of getting a little bit too crazy. Okay, let's hone everything in, and we talk about strictly facts.
What? You making fun of my swing?
This guy right here with the 2.2 million subs, he's down bad. He has no more content. Him and his girl are doing this weird acting play again, where he's got all kinds of props. He's bringing in owls. He's bringing in swords. Like, man, just go to the park and do what they do, like the medieval times reenactments and shit. You know those dudes at the park that reenact, you know, the medieval times and the jousting and shit. Go out there, come fully suited, and you can role play with those guys out in the park, because you have nothing to post. You and Leo and all them y'all could have done a trio. Why did you take the man off the planet? Because now you guys have no content. This content right here is dried up, and his name's bad. This is on the Michael Murphy channel. Connor Murphy's name is shot. You know Connor. He's got so many hidden innuendos in his posts. So let's entertain this guy real quick, just for 2 seconds. We'll entertain him. So what is a forest lynx? What is a lynx? What's the symbolism of a lynx? Lynx is a creature of mystery, secrecy, and stealth that holds an array of powerful symbolism. The elusive and majestic animal, known for its sharp eyesight and stealth, is often associated with the ability to see through deception, intuition, and uncovering hidden truths. Lynx symbolism embraces elements of secrecy, mystery, and inner knowledge, intuition, patience, and unseen actions. See, so it's just a bunch of, we know what he's about. So Connor, if you want to come over from the dark side and come over to the light, all you have to do is ask God for forgiveness and really truly repent in your heart that what you did was a mistake, and he will always accept you. We will always accept you. We will. But it's a matter of you turning yourself in and accepting what you've done. Every comment I take to heart. I don't just look at the good ones like, yeah, I'm doing a great job. I look at the negative ones and I review those twice as hard. That's the only way that we get better. Right, gentlemen? Right, ladies? Come on now. Let's keep going. So let's grind. All comments and critiques of my content or anything that I post is free game. I'm never going to delete a comment because I'm critiquing Tony Huge and Connor and Leo and all these effers the same way. So I would be a hypocrite not to analyze my own feedback and not ignore it, but address it full force. So I appreciate this man saying that I should go put back and play video games. Man, the last the last console I had and that I played was a Sega Saturn. That should tell you how old I am, sir. But no, I like playing older systems, so I fell in love with the Sega Saturn actually when I was a kid. That was like my favorite console. But yeah, I don't got time for video games. And I kind of know what I'm talking about. So Half Breed 4711. If you have a pound for pound benchmax at 2.38 times your own body weight, throw it up on YouTube and I will concede the victory to you, sir. But until then, just know I know what I'm talking about. Greg Doucette backed me, and I'll show you another quick little video to prove why. Yes, when I was a gym head, I literally had peptide pharmaceutical companies coming up to me like, yo, are you really natty? If you are and you haven't introduced any hormones, yo, if you're really natural and you've never taken any synthetic compounds, I want you to take some of my stuff because you'd see crazy gains. So here, try some of my peptides and let me know the results. See if you can do some before and afters. And I was like, well, let me do my research. And guess what? After I did my research, all of these are capped. All of them. All of them. Even that Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, come holla at me, boy. Yeah, I don't need a roid. So I am not capping when I'm able to critique these guys and say my piece. It's because I live everything that I talk about. Let's continue.
Out at a restaurant, you know, how do I maintain these gains?
Stop fast life, different city every night.
Leo's looking at you like, man, can we hurry up with this so I can get back in the lab? I need to get back to the crib, man. I got research to attend to. I'll let you attend to the harem. I just came up with another molecule that can work with ibogaine, that can work with telemarcetin, that can work with... I'll let you attend to the harem. I just came up with another molecule that can work with ibogaine, that can work with telemarcetin, that can work with... I know Tony in his heart of hearts is like, man, I fucked up. I fucked up because the synergy, you got him to do what you wanted to do, what you wanted him to do. Not necessarily when you wanted to do it at every second of every day like you do with your harem. Like, oh, I make these women wear lingerie. Let me give you a little bit of game. You ask the women, hey, do you feel like wearing lingerie today? If y'all don't, take a day off. They will appreciate that, sir. They will not feel like slaves and servants, and then they won't have their hand out for some pills and some money, and they'll actually be giving you give them some freedom. But at the end of the day, the reason why you're doing all this stuff and the things happen the way they did is because you're trying to control every little thing. Are you going to try to control my videos? No, because you know that I'm showing you respect. I'm telling people to still go to your video, watch the whole thing if they want. But I have to show people how your ideology contradicts with how you actually live your life. And I'm going to show you a couple contradictions throughout this video.
Harem in the world is going to the underground biohacking meetup in Bangkok right now.
A lot of CO2 inside the body. You have the urge to want to breathe. Don't breathe. When you hold your in person, there's a problem I can fix for you. And most importantly, you get the skills, okay? And that was the issue, again, that I thought about of like, okay, it's not a problem if you can throw money at it. This thing changed my life, you know? I was like, what's the most provocative picture? Honestly.
All right, baby mama 2 is going to try kratom for the first time. Here you go, kratom. Bring it up. Yum, yum, yum. Yummy. All right, the heterosexual male bonding continues. Nita, you're ruining the bro vibe here. This is like a testosterone-only area. No estrogen. So Connor tells us that if we take a certain substance and we jump off the roof, it's going to get us closer to God.
Yeah, I mean, you try and fly, you know, and either, you know, you fly up to heaven or you get there another way by hitting your head and just
getting another wicked scar like that. That is a crazy.
It's got a double entendre. It's got a little hidden innuendo in there. Like, You can either go to God and fly up, or you can come down and hit your head. But these are all subtle symbolism hints at certain events. We're not stupid. It seemed to me like this guy, that little people pleaser right here, for Tony Huge, the little short dude, seemed like he interjected on purpose. Like he knew Connor was about to say something that was just going to make him sound stupid as like crazy.
So Connor tells us
Forget this stuff. I need Coffeezilla to be on this. I need some real private investigators to start getting it popping. We got a money balance that we will offer for the right chess pieces to start moving on the board. Because every chance this dude gets, he's clowning Leo longevity and the way that he killed him. Come on, man. Karma's going to catch up to this guy. Like, if it was some Hunger Games, like, ish, everybody would be running after him and they just maul his ass. And it would be, yep, and then you'd hear that drum or that gong. Yeah, he the first one gone because nobody can stand this dude. He's evil, man. All glory be to God.
we take a certain substance and we jump off the roof, it's going to get us closer to God.
Yeah, I mean, you try and fly, you know, and either, you know, you fly up to heaven or you get there another way by hitting your head and just
Getting another wicked scar like that.
That is videos are for not. You get a lot of analysis out of watching them in their everyday lives. I'm not putting this much stuff on the internet. It's pointless to do that because the more you put on the internet, the more people can use as ammunition. They've already put enough on here for circumstantial evidence for these guys to be charged. It's not our jurisdiction. If it was in our jurisdiction, I'm telling you, pieces of this puzzle would be getting solved. Because when we're over here in the 50 states, you feel me? There's a lot more power that can be had and has and does have. You know, Tony and Connor, they stay over there because of the power dynamic. All their power gets stripped if they were to try to come to America. Come to the U.S., guys. Let me know when you touch down. Or I'll just use that same app that they did where they found Elon Musk's plane and they found the same plane that they used to go kill Bin Laden. Every plane in the air is tracked. But come on, guys. Let's not be dumb. Let's think about what Connor is saying here. You take a certain substance and then you jump off the second story and you either fly or you hit your head. What happened at Tony Huge's house to Leo? They had to kill him and then they had to jump out one of those two windows down to the ground, and that's how they escaped. So now we even have more evidence. We know that Connor was probably on some sort of substance that made him be able to go into that psychosis mode and KILL. So Connor, would you like to jump in my comment section since you're so bold and you're admitting to the crime on Instagram? Would you like to come into my comment section and tell us what substance you were on when you did what you did to Leo and longevity? These guys are over here at parties talking about hidden jokes about what happened. You know guys that are trying to be made in the mafia, they don't have that much power. But when they do something that the mafia deems as good to further their business and to further their power, what happens to them? They get made and they gain power. So I'm just telling you guys that them getting away with this act, this crime, has gained them a little power in society. So how do we nullify that power? We keep putting out these scathing reviews on the internet for people to view and to watch. This ain't over. This is just starting. So I'm getting off a side tangent right here, but I've always been raised with street principles that even going this far is considered snitching, right? But it's not, because this is a YouTube platform. This is a entertainment platform. And I'm putting it out there like a expose. I'm not talking to nobody. But what I see, because I have the street mentality and I have the street knowledge, Connor thinks he a big man for making little jokes like this, reinforcing the facts of the matter, because this is how much information they're putting on the internet. It's a lot. So if I'm going to be the only one to make Leo and longevity content, no one else wants to rock with me or to expose, you will see exposés. Vince Goodrum, where are you, sir? You've been doing those midnight chats. You do 3-hour live streams, but you haven't mentioned your tie to Tony Huge. You had BJ waste all that money for a suit and tie. BJ, does this picture make you feel some type of way? Do you remember this, Tony? Could you tell us about those days of this Tony? Because when I look at this man right here, it's a different man. It's a completely different person. It's crazy. It don't matter how much age. It's just like, that's life. We all make decisions in life, right? And every time I make this video, I gotta look myself in the mirror. I'm like, well, shit. Is everything in my life in check, or else I can't be making this shit. I can't be making these type of videos. So as soon as I get done editing, I gotta get on my grind too. And from my loyal supporters that's gotten to this point in the video, even a random stopper by that's gotten to this point in the video, I hope that you as well are on your grind too. Don't let anyone stop your focus. You have to have laser beam focus, like blinders on a racehorse. Do not let anything come in front of your dream. Whatever you're doing right now, continue to do it. You are on the path that he has set foot for you. If you're watching this video and you're questioning whether I'm doing the right thing, whatever you're doing right now, that's the goal. Complete it, finish it, do not stop until it's done. No, man, if I knew anything like this, if I had anything like this happen to me, bro, there's no way I'm letting that shit slide.
Getting another wicked scar like that? That is a
Contradiction number 1 is letting Connor Murphy run any type of mass event of jumping off of a roof. He already runs a cult of his own, so don't let him get any ideas. And contradiction number 2, you guys can't have a fun, jolly time, because every single second you will be reminded of the things that happened in that house. Just like the man was trying to convey that he saw a pretty gnarly scar, and then you happen to cut the feed off as soon as he started mentioning anything that has you tied to the events that happened in your home, Tony. Every day you're going to have to cut off little pieces of your life. You're going to have to shut off to the general public. You can't live your life as freely as you want to be, and that will be a forever thing. You guys are all laughing, got your tank tops on, got your 2-piece bathing suits on. Don't ever forget what happened in that house, sir. Don't ever think that you can just move on from this event, sir. It will never happen.
Okay? And that was the issue, again, that I thought about of like, okay, it's not a problem if you can throw money at it. This thing changed my life, you know? I was like, what's the most provocative picture?
I like to have sex with 3 women per day, every day, different ones, and then rotate. So maybe I like to have sex with at least 9 girls per week and 3 different ones per day.
Our third and final contradiction in this video, Tony Huge, as you can see here, is also a double entendre, because this man says in his underground biohacking meeting, by the way, that it's not a problem if you can throw money at it. And then he flashes to a snapshot of recovering from a porn addiction. And then we show Tony, who can't keep his in his pants, who F's 3 girls a day, different girls a day, and achieves 9 a week. So that's only, if Tony can do math, that's only 3. That means you only achieve that 3 times a week. If you were to do that every day, that's 21 different girls a week, Tony. So do you see the discrepancy there? The only reason I have enough energy to create all these videos and pump them out and pump them out and pump them out is because I'm on my 5th week of semen retention. I'm like, not to say I am a bachelor, but that doesn't mean that I'm, fornicating with a lot of women. I'm on week 5. So I don't know how long I'm going to keep going, because if it's either use it or lose it, but I'm on week 5 and I can't sleep. That's kind of the place I'm at right now. That's why you hear the birds chirping. But I find it very ironic that you're at an underground biohacking community meeting. They're telling you to jump on semen retention and to abstain from pornography and lustful desires. And what is that? That's basically us suppressing our own dopamine receptors, we abstain, and then things become more favorable. Things taste sweeter. Things taste just a little bit better when you finally get a taste of that chocolate or a taste of that sugar. Tony, on the other hand, pretty much zaps his dopamine receptors and then uses pharmacology and formulations and biohacking in order to boost the dopamine receptor back to where it needed to be. No, abstain from fornication, abstain from getting these pleasures, and then you will see what happens when you actually come back full circle and you want to partake in these activities again. But I challenge you, Tony Huge, follow your own protocol. Practice what you preach. Tony has done it again. Remember how I told you he's a chameleon, and he will hide and change names and change avatars and change headers and change, at names. Well, my man did it again. Let's take a look. Oh, this might be a nice little rabbit hole. The goat strikes again. The goat strikes again. Mr. BJ Hughes. With our videos, we gotta go out. We gotta give big ups to BJ Hughes. Did Connor really kill Leo? Tony's uncle was clueless, thinking it was a hitman or cop looking for $10,000 cash. Brilliant execution made to look like a manic episode. Hats off to Connor. Meanwhile, Guru Amin in prison for murder. Brother Terry blames Tony's mom for throat cancer. Coach Trevor has brain tumor. And Blaine Swisschem. Trend twins hospitalized after mass blast. Leo, J.D. Brooks, Karen, Curtin, Joe, Rich, Dallas, and Boston are all unsolved killings. Scott Cavell's in prison for manufacturing snake oil. Connor's gone insane and rumored to have murdered Leo. That's it! Tony's favorite uncles coming to Thailand to talk investment strategies, 2024 election, world economics, and China's plan for world domination. Way more interesting than bodybuilding, pimples, hookers, and drugs. Hey, if you ever write a memoir, BJ, Mr. BJ Hughes, sign me up. Put me on the book list. I'm buying. Oh, and speaking of Swiss chems, take a look at this.
Male bonding here.
It's no surprise, we all know, Connor Murphy is an evil man. So when I see this dog attacking him for pretty much no reason, we don't know the backdrop of this dog or whatever, but we know that, these psychopaths and how they treat animals, they go hand in hand. Look at this. Boy, there's no reason for this little animal to be in this little ass cage unless it's traveling. You feel me? Why is this dog in this fucking cage? Oh, because it bit you. Why'd it bite you? Because it knows you're evil, man. These dogs have a sixth sense. See that? That dog looked pretty mean. I guarantee you Connor probably done something to that dog, bro. I'm not going to just speculate and throw shit out there, but that dog looked like it's, like dogs can sense shit. And so why is that dog biting you? What are you doing to that dog, Connor? Facts. Yeah, there we go. So here we go. So this got me on the Swiss chems rabbit hole because I was going through Connor's, doing my due diligence and everything. And I stumble upon the Swiss chem site. So I go and I start to say, hey, let's see if these sites is legitimate. Let's see how their business practices have been for the last few months. Let's see if Ennis and Tony, the clandestine gang, has been actually putting out good product. And I had a commenter in one of my comment sections from one of my old videos where I started to allude to the fact that I'm going after Swiss chems. He said, go out, review their MK, because I want to get the MK in pill form. And I'm like, bro, MK in pill form is already a huge red flag. It should be in a tincture form. It should be dosed within a, milliliter dropper or a tincture dropper or a oral syringe. And that's how you should be getting your MK. Don't be buying no pill form MK. You might win and you might get lucky, but the best pharmaceutical or the best research chemical sites are going to sell it as an oral dropper solution like that. So this is foreshadowing to what I actually found. Swisschems.is that Connor is so conveniently promoting here. Let's see what this bullshit company is talking about. And right out the gate, it's not looking good for y'all, man. 2 months to deliver a domestic package. This was 2 years ago, so let's get something a little bit more updated. Ooh-wee. Where is that? Where's the one that I saw? I don't know. I just found some. Let's see, Swisschems. See, when you see stuff like this, where it's packaged all perfectly like this, you got to think this is a blanket company that's masking a positive review for this company. Like, this can't be trusted. You could already tell this can't be trusted. And they're the highest priced. Reviews.io. Now, let me preface this by saying this could be somebody that hates Tony Huge, too. This could be one person that has actually wanted to take down their business and has created a website to literally take the time to just put all negative reviews. So I want to preface this by saying this could be somebody that hates Tony also that's created a website strictly to ruin this guy's business. So I have to premise that by saying we have to look at it from every single nuanced angle. It's not that hard to do that. It's not that hard to create something like this just to ruin this man's business. But look how many there are. First, right out the gate, most recent. 2 weeks ago, scammy company did not ship my order, will not refund my $220. We have one good, but it's by an anonymous reviewer, so we have to take that with a grain of salt as well. Jessica, that looks like spam. Okay, we have a good review. All right, and this is what I was talking about. That I said be wary of Pillform MK. Look at Jigaboo Joe. Swisschems MK677 is not actually MK. If you get the pills, open the capsule and put the powder in water. If it dissolves, it is real. If it's not, it's fake. Must be water soluble. Just for the record, anyone thinking about buying MK from Swisschems, don't, because it's not real. Not to mention they barely any results after 2 weeks of usage. 4 days. My order is still processing. No customer service with no callbacks. Okay, this is pretty eye-opening. Place an order. IGF-1 LR3. Mixed my first bottle as I've done from other companies. Took 50 mcg. Wasn't 5 minutes. I had an allergic reaction. Ended up in the hospital needing epi shot. Now this is something that is in our body already. Should have never been any issues. Definitely wasn't what I ordered. Sent an email, no response. Went on my account to let them know what happened for someone to get back at me. Now my account doesn't exist anymore. I learned about Swisschems from an Instagram I follow from a guy named King Tolo. He promotes this product and he doesn't respond.
Masterone versus equipoise. What's my opinions on it? Masterone is a DHT derivative. Equipoise is a testosterone derivative. But both of them need a test base. So with Masterone, you're not...
cow. So that review you just heard was pretty much the same as what Connor Murphy's doing right now in his story. He's tagging his own supplements, putting the Swisschems.is tag at the bottom, funneling traffic to his site. He's got the link in there, so he'll get a commission off of the code. And he doesn't even know what he's promoting, so it's just it's shit when you do stuff like this. This is why when people ask me to do reviews or for ankle braces, or I've done a few for tape. I've done another one for a shoulder pad company. When you do stuff like this, you have to research the company to make sure you're not literally throwing your own brand under the bus with them. And so anybody latching on to Tony, I'm not repping for your pharmaceutical company, brother, until I see like a full year of 5-star reviews. Facts. Like, this is bad. This is a slum business at this point. If we've gotten up to this point, your success rate is under 30%. It's a failed business. This is a scam. Good thing this cat wasn't the owner of the business, because there ain't no way you get no refunds. You gonna walk up to this guy and get it? Hey, bro, can I get my 200 back? Híjole chingas. This would not be a fun fight. You feel me? Never know what you're getting. Let's freeze frame. And let's go back to how we know that Joe Linder passed away. They wanted to blame it on the shot, right? There had to have been a lot of particulates in his blood. This is years and years and years. If you're going through plasmapheresis, one injection, one shot of a substance is not going to that thick in the blood. I just don't see how that's possible. If he was on plasmapheresis treatment, there could have been so many different issues. It would be really hard to pinpoint 2 supplements, but it would be nice if we had a log of what supplements he was using and for the duration. That is really why I want to react to Tony Huge's video about him, because it's very telling on his pivoting and where he's trying to hold a stance. Very telling when you know what he was taking. It seems like he's trying to distance himself from even being a part of this pharmaceutical company. It's very odd, but it'd be very hard to pinpoint certain details without more information. So if anyone has more information on Joe Aesthetics and Joe Linder and the relationship between them and Tony Huge, and where there was some cracks and chinks in the armor, let me know so we can start just piling on more data. But I don't want to go down that rabbit hole like too deep. I want to show you guys, really, look at that, Swisscam scammer, stay away. I want to show you guys that I wanted to freeze frame on that specific review and just get our minds ready to go down that rabbit hole, that there could be a possibility that, the time that Joe Linder was with Enhanced for a good, 2-year clip, that could have been what fucked his body up, and then it had the residual effects after he got the shot. It all came to pass. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we have to get all hands on deck with this, because I don't know very many people in Joe's circle. This was Joe Linder's shorty, right? All right, in my comment section, ASAP, ahora, I want her info. I'll DM her, and I'll get a response. I'll tell her, do not touch any of his supplement logs. I need all his supplement logs. I know this man was meticulous about what he took. I want all his supplement logs for the past 5 to 7 years. They're trying to blame it on a vaccine, a one-shot deal, when the particulates in his blood, that has to be years of taking certain things. We will find the anomaly. So please get me Shorty's info. We will have Shorty to freeze. Don't throw anything away, because if you guys want, put it in the comment section right now. We can all react to Tony's Joe Linder video. He puts a lot of defensive statements in there, and he's taking a bunch of lawyer stances. It's really telling. It's really telling. So TH, this is just a PSA. We can cut this cord like umbilical, Blair, if you just throw a CM. Those wolves are waiting. Just throw Connor out there. We just go ahead and zip. Like the coroner, man. We zip all this up, and we don't even go down this rabbit hole. This is bite 3 out of the cupcake. We still have the whole tray to go. So we'll zip it up like coroners, man. If you just want to, if we look at a Thai press release and we find out that that Connor's been implicated, but in Canada is turning on Connor. That'd be it, right? Because you want to save the girls, but you're gonna have to throw a bone to the police, throw Connor to the wolves, and we won't pack you out. No meek. All right. So there's not much left here, but to react to what Tony can only do now. What he does best is make money off of Leo and Longevity's death. I'm going to tell you a small story of this graffiti artist I used to admire back when I was younger. His name was I Am Me in California. And I remember when I went to start doing graffiti, I'm like, all right, well, I like this guy's style. I'm going to start kind of doing graph like that guy. This motherfucker was everywhere. Anytime I went into a stall, you would see me. I would go down to Riverside. I'd see me. I'd go down to Fontana. I'd be like, don't tell me he's in this 7-Eleven too. What? This fool's here? Fontana, Barstow, Colton, Rialto, Rancho Cucamonga. This dude was everywhere. And so that's how I feel about BJ Hughes. When I watch a video, he's got a comment just sitting there ready just for Tony to look himself in the mirror, bro. I love it, dude. So it looks like they're about 40% success rate. Because here we go again. Scam company, Monday, tried to make a purchase, card locked instantly, followed by a text for me to confirm. To make the purchase, I responded and my card opened back up. I should have taken that as a sign. That evening, I got a call saying my card was declined. Did I want to continue with the purchase? And he was like, no, my order number is that. He was like, no, okay, I see. Thank you. Have a good night. And hung up. Entire situation made me feel uneasy, so I locked my card into the morning. See, and this is the thing, having to lock their card over a purchase you make with this company. Wow, this is telling. They're modifying. This is why I'm telling you, this is clandestine chemistry at its finest. Ordered their 10-pack of HCG. Now I have had their HCGA a couple years ago. I always test my HCG when I get it with a pregnancy test. When I did it there years ago, it lit right up. I was satisfied. Tried this batch that I just got in and absolutely nothing happened. I'm so irritated. Something told me I should just buy one test and test it and go from there. But like an idiot, that's not what I did, and now I'm screwed. Damn. Look at all this, guys. Look at all this. So we're going to flash back to Connor Murphy promoting this hair protocol on his story, not knowing that it's ruining his own ability, because I guarantee you that's not even what he's taking. He's getting paid a commission from Tony Huge to pump this company for them. That's why Tony got all this money for a harem. He's burning people on supplements. He's over here in a Mercedes with the bubblegum guts and the cream guts and shit. Yeah, because he's selling bunk supplements to all these are still buying from Swisschems, not knowing that that's Tony Huge. Look at this. Beware, Swisschems is a thieving scam. Enticed into making a larger $800 purchase for peptides for Black Friday with an aggressive email advertising on a daily basis. When weeks later my order still wasn't fulfilled, I inquired about the status and was told my order was canceled for a supposed lack of payment. Damn. Yeah, look, this anonymous one is saying to balance out the fake reviews. So, is it to balance out the good fake reviews or the bad fake reviews? They didn't send out my full order. Damn. That's just page one. So, we're going back to Connor. We're going to go back to Tony. We're going to go back to Leo. I wanted to just, we're just starting to climb Mount Everest when it comes to Swisschems. So, Ennis, when you watch my video. Tony, when you watch my video. It's time to throw Connor to them wolves, boy. And then we could close this chapter. You know what I'm saying? But we'll branch off on this side tangent if we don't see any resolution on this case. And we'll just start grabbing, we'll just start making video after video after video after video until your fourth quarter earnings are zero. Now, this is definitely one of the reasons why you stay subbed to this channel. Because there's no way that y'all are following Tony Huge long enough to know that Tony Huge has now switched that. You watched my previous video, right? This is that Tony Huge muscle building. This used to be Pioneers of Human Evolution that he changed to Tony Huge muscle building. And now it is Tony Huge fat loss. And let's inquire about why he would do this. Oh, because he just made a video with 72 views an hour ago, a memorial dinner between Tony Huge and late Leo and Longevity. Well, whose memorial is it? Are you having a memorial dinner for who? For him, with him? See, this is the thing. This is why it's disingenuous. This is why he switched the name from Tony Huge Muscle Building to Tony Huge Fat Loss. Because this looks to our plain sight, our plain eyes, like it's a new channel. Look at the new Avi. Look at the new header. But it's still the same sub count, 49.2, with 223 videos. Now 222 was 223 now. Don't take these videos for granted, because there's only so long where you can go at a man before a man fights force with force. You feel me? I know the art of war. I know the tactics of war. Cherish these, because these could be all scrubbed tomorrow. I can't go at this man forever, but understand what is going on here. This is a very important issue. Our brains can't conceptualize it. So if we were to come to this video on this channel, it looks new with a post of Leo longevity. No, we know this is the pioneers of human evolution. We know this is Tony Huge muscle building. And so we can logically deduce that he's monetizing off of the death of Leo and longevity with this video. That's why we're going to react to a little bit of it, but go over to this channel that you wouldn't know which used to be Tony Huge muscle building, but go over to Tony Huge fat loss and you can watch this full video and give him the credit for the watch hours and shit. But I don't know why he wants to do this, why he wants to stay a chameleon, but he's switching the name, he's switching the avatar, he's switching the header, he's making it look like a brand new page. Really weird that he's doing this. And I wouldn't be able to catch him. Tony, I actually tried to find this video and you switch the page name and everything and it works. Something he does with the algorithm when you try to look up certain things, it makes the channel disappear. The only reason that YouTube is now recommending it in my algorithm, Tony, sorry about that, G, is because I've been doing so much work on you that I'm in your algorithm. Like, I am in your algorithm permanently. Whatever you change your name to, you could change it to Ladyboy T. It's going to pop up with your shit because I'm so tied into your algorithm, brother. So, like I said earlier, just those lions, those tigers, nigga, they're waiting for Connor. So, I mean, I'll pump the brakes. What do we have? In business, you have to leverage your number one asset. Our asset, whether you like to believe it or not, is Connor Murphy. So we're leveraging Connor Murphy to stay away from your damn business, man. You can't just deny this shit. You live on the internet, and so do we. Toss us Connor, and we stay out of your business, G. Let's see what this video has to say.
You guys want to know what I eat when I eat out at a restaurant. You know, how do I maintain these gains? Pretty good for not having to really diet or train that hard. Well, this is a typical meal that I would order here in the Philippines. This is chicken and an egg and white rice and a smoothie. And the smoothie is made with milk and fruit, strawberries, and there's no extra sugar added to it. It's plenty sweet enough for me. If it's not sweet enough, then I carry with me stevia packets in my bag at all times that I can add to make drinks sweeter without having sugar. Now, the reason for this meal is because I eat a lot of eggs. For me, they're great protein sources. I find it really satisfying. And I want the choline for my brain. It's a neurotransmitter, so it gives me good mental energy. And I do eat the yolks if I only have 2 eggs, but if I have 4 eggs, I eat 2 yolks and then 2 egg whites. Sometimes in these type of restaurants, it's very cheap in the Philippines and other countries to order extra eggs. So I might even order 6 eggs if I'm trying to get a lot of protein and just eat 2 yolks and then the other 4 just the egg whites by just ordering them fried and then poking them and letting the yellow leak out like that. See? Then I just don't eat all the yellow.
I have some comments. Let's make this also a useful, educational video. So Tony could eat all 6 egg yolks if he took his ezetimibe. Once you take his ezetimibe, the egg yolks won't be affecting LDL cholesterol very much. Ezetimibe, one of the things it does is stop you from digesting dietary cholesterol. You've heard that some... Oh, you've heard that... It's the same food. I just ordered what Tony ordered. So, you've heard that some people have genetic predispositions towards developing high cholesterol from dietary cholesterol, from eating cholesterol. That's just removed when you take ezetimibe at 10 milligrams a day. Also, I wanted to comment on the fact that this fruit drink is probably very unhealthy for Tony. When you make a fruit into a juice, although the milk should help because of the fat, it basically allows the fructose to get deeper into the colon, predisposing people to colon cancer. There's an excellent episode on this subject on one of the best podcasts in the world called The Drive by Peter Attia, involving one of the top cancer researchers. Also wanted to mention that in Philippines, I noticed they sell eggs everywhere. Like at the mini mart next to the house, by the way, yesterday I was there was just a box of boiled eggs on the counter. You know, like if you want an egg, just like, it was very interesting. Also, I want to mention final thing, and I don't want to talk too much, but something weird happened to me yesterday. So in Thailand, the food has been amazing. Absolutely amazing. Although, like, it contains, interesting thing in Thailand is that they put sugar and chili as condiments. So wherever you eat, there's like sugar and chili. They put the sugar and the chili together in the food. And I think oftentimes they put sugar in it without asking too. But in the Philippines, so yes, I've been trying to eat Filipino food every day, and I love the Philippines, and I love Filipino culture and Filipino people. But I ordered Filipino food a couple of times, it was all right. Not so distinct, sort of like Chinese food with like mixes on Chinese food, American food. Like there's dishes with spam and stuff. But yesterday I ordered food that was the worst food I ever ate in my entire life. I could not eat it. I have no idea how it's edible.
What was it?
I don't even know how to describe it. It wasn't pork, it was beef. It was beef with some rice, but then there was like a soupy concoction with more meat. I thought I could get more meat from it.
See that blend? See that cohesion? Man, Tony, bro, like you dropped the ball, bro. All you can do now is re-upload videos of what he used to do. Like you cut short. The man was only 34, bro. So let's say he had another 30 in the tank. 30, 35 years of research. Come on, man. The more I see Long Live Leo in the comments, the more I see Lath's mother, Tana, in the comments, the more this disheartens me, the more it makes me sad. But she has advised me to keep on and to continue this journey, continue this fight. And ma'am, if you want to chop up my videos like a Ginsu knife, if I make any little minuscule mistake, please, by all means, correct me. I appreciate everything that you've given me so far, and you've been awesome, and I pray for you and the family on the daily. Any feedback that you may have for me is greatly appreciated. I hope all is well. God bless. Long live Leo Rex. It's ICU. And everything about us is blue collar, and we gets it out the mud. Do not buy anything from Swisschems.is, because you will be pissing blood. Stay tuned.